Shalom Israel. This is Officer Michael of the Trinidad camp of the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge under Commanding GEN.YAHANNA. And today we're going to talk about the color of Christ. Year after year, we have been bombarded by these white images that is supposed to represent Christ. In the churches, in the schools, in our homes, at our workplace, and even in public institutions. Now this image depicts a white man with blue eyes and long stringy hair. Now, according to the records of our forefathers, in the King James 1611 Bible, that same Bible you have sitting on your shelf, according to those records, the image that they portray of Christ today is grossly inaccurate. And we're going to prove this by taking a look at these records.
The book of Revelation, chapter 1 and verse 14.
His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow. The scriptures say his head and his hairs were white like wool. White is the color and wool is the texture. Just like today, like a black man who has gray hair. And his eyes were like a flame of fire. It also said that his eyes were like a flame of fire because Christ drank a little wine. You can find this prophecy in Genesis 49 and 12. The book of Genesis, chapter 49 and verse 12. His eyes shall be red with wine, and his teeth white with milk. Now the scripture went on to say, his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace. That his feet was like fine brass. Brass is a derivative of brown, as if it burned in a furnace. Burned meaning past tense. And when something is burned, it comes out black. Christ was dark-skinned in complexion, and his voice as the sound of many waters. And his voice was as the sound of many waters. He was a loud-spoken man. That's why he was able to preach the gospel of the Most High to thousands of people at a time. Christ was not soft as the church made him to be, or as the church portrayed him to be. Christ was a black man with woolly hair, and he was loud. He was a strong, militant brother. That is why we need to come out of these churches. These pastors and religious leaders have been lying to us for years. This description is what John saw in his vision, and it will be a sad day when the entire world will be looking for a white man with blue eyes and stringy hair, and to their surprise, it will be a black, militant and strong king coming to deliver the people of Israel, the black, Hispanic and Native Indian man. Don't forget to check out www.ISUPK.com, our YouTube channels, Facebook channels, Twitter and Instagram. And with that we say Shalom.